Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I want to talk about a movie that I like that a lot of people seem to like. It has a little bit of a cult underground following, but doesn't really get the love it deserves, and that is Strange Days. This is a Kathryn Bigelow film that was written, and I guess it might have been produced, but whatever, by James Cameron of Terminator fame and Avatar. So this came out in 1995, and it has a pretty big cast of people you'll recognize, but you may not know their names right away. Some of them you will. It has Juliette Lewis from Natural Born Killers, Ralph Fiennes from, the only thing that comes to mind right now is Spider by David Cronenberg, but I know he's been in a lot of films, and Angela Bassett, which she was very popular mainly in the 90s, but she did make somewhat of a comeback in the 2000s. The film is a little long. It's a little over 2 hours, so you really have to sit down and pay attention, which is my only gripe about the movie. Is I wish it was maybe 2 hours or an hour and 50. It's just a little long. Can be a little slow in spots, but it's a good movie. The movie is about the year 2000 about to hit. It's the turn of the millennium, and everyone's worried, about this is actually what happened. Everyone was very worried about what was going to happen with computers and the world and the end of the world. Is it going to happen because it's the year 2000? There's all these crazy ideas people had at the time. And the main character, Lenny, is Ralph Fiennes. He is an ex-cop who is sort of like a petty criminal, I guess, in a way. And what he does is he has these helmets you put on that let you, almost like virtual reality, where you can see through the mind or see through the eyes of the person wearing them while they're doing something. So he sells these virtual reality helmets and these tapes, they're mini discs, that you put in to your helmets and you can experience crazy stuff. So he won't do snuff films where someone's getting murdered or rape or anything crazy, but he will do bank robberies and heists and car chases and whatever else. So on the black market, he buys these underground films and then sells them to people along with his contraption, I guess, and they're able to experience things sexually or violently that they would never experience through this sort of virtual reality. This all takes place in 1999, as I said, and it was, I believe, sort of paying homage to all of the racial tensions we had at the time with the Rodney King stuff, all the crazy stuff happening in the world, which sort of came back around in the past few years, but I digress. And there's like a tension between the races and the people, the cops especially. So the film starts out with this famous rapper, who you'll know the actor, I can't think of his name right now, but he's very familiar looking, being murdered. And he gets murdered by, I don't know if I want to say who he's murdered by, but he gets murdered, and this whole thing starts from that. And all these people are involved, and this group of people are trying to stop this tape that's being sent around through this, helmet or whatever, getting around with them getting in trouble. So people start to get killed and just pressed, and there's all different facets of people involved in this thing. It's a little convoluted, but not bad. You can definitely follow it. Meanwhile, Ralph Fiennes is now wrapped up into it because he has this tape of it, and he's trying to sort of get it out there, but he's now got people after him, and his ex-girlfriend, who he's still in love with, Juliette Lewis, is also involved, and the person who died right after the rapper had died, because she was with him at the time, is the ex-girlfriend's friend. So this is where the convoluted stuff comes in. So that's all happening, and he has a driver and bodyguard played by Angela Bassett, who he's known for a while, and she's secretly in love with him. So throughout the film, you could tell she is trying to rein him in because he's doing stupid shit, and she's like trying to protect him, but she's also angry at him because he's so off the wall. It definitely has a cyberpunk feel to it with this whole helmet tape thing, Videodrome going on. I enjoyed that a lot. As I said, I think the movie could be a little long, a little slow, but it's definitely interesting. And by the end of the film, pretty much everything gets wrapped up. There are some interesting characters and roles by a lot of the actors and actresses that I've mentioned. And overall, I enjoy the film. It's definitely like a cyberpunk cult classic that I think more people should know about. Sadly, it did really, really poorly in the theaters. I think it had like a $40 million budget, and it only made like 7 back in 1995. So, it's interesting though, especially with social media and everything where people film crazy stuff now. It definitely has some relevance to the movie. So there's some love in there, some love story in there, cyberpunk stuff, sci-fi, thriller-ish type of things. So if any of that sounds good to you, you should probably check this out. Sadly, this only has a DVD that I'm aware of, and it looks pretty shitty. The quality of it's okay, but it is like anamorphic with the letterbox, so instead of it just being top and bottom black bars, it's top and bottom, left and right. It's kind of truncated and small like a Sega CD game. This really needs a Blu-ray. It has a Blu-ray in the UK and in Germany, but they're region locked, so you can't order them and play them in the US without maybe using them on your computer and using the software to, play any region. But overall, it's a good film. It's not like a favorite of mine, but it's definitely up there. It's a good one that I think most people would enjoy, and it doesn't have that schlockiness of like Johnny Mnemonic that I love, or Nirvana, which those are my favorites. It's played way more serious. So let me know, guys, if you've seen Strange Days or if you have anything to say about it. Thanks, guys, for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.